Yeah, response video to a couple of videos on the general subject of this fighting for suicide, originally posted by Forever Wolf Films. And so this Bike Messenger 7 guy and then Conference Report both made videos. And I read some of the comments on her video, and there's one comment, or there's always one comment where you're just like, what an asshole. Yeah, there was that one asshole comment. It said something like, you're going to die anyway. Like that's somehow an answer. And it's really not an answer. I mean, it's a stupid thing to say. You could say it especially in the course of somebody's got a horrific disease, and in the course of treatment you say, you're going to die anyway. Yeah, well, you might as well get done, right? You might as well be done with it. I mean, you can just go through all the examples. I mean, my grandmother was pretty much done living when she was about 85, right? She was already saying, I'm ready for Jesus to take me, the arthritis, the this, the that, and she lived to be 107. So she just kind of hung in there, for 20 years. And, in the last 2 years were just hell. And so what was that bargain, I mean, I just don't see, there's no profit in hanging on, in clinging to something that just isn't there, that just doesn't have enough functional parts anymore. To be a zombie, to zombie through your life. I mean, there's so many metaphors, and just people can't see this. I mean, if your whole life you lived mountain climbing, and then you fell off the mountain, broke your back, and you could never mountain climb again. It's all you lived for. You did every day. You lived in a little cottage right on the mountain. You went out every day and climbed the rock, and it's gone. It's all gone. And you just don't care about anything else. All you care about is climbing mountain. You could understand. But if something internal breaks, not their spine, not their broken limbs, but something internal breaks, and all of a sudden they just don't have access to a delusion that did it for them. You seem so unsympathetic almost. I mean, it's not. I know you're not being unsympathetic, but you're talking right over it. You're talking as if it isn't there. Like the pain is just some sort of bullshit the person's, well, just, walk it off kind of nonsense. And it's just so unfair to the fact that it just doesn't work that way for these, there's this little trite, oh, look, it has a Bic label. Oh, look, the Bic label is orange. It has a little funny... What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is this thing? What is that? I mean, it almost looks like somebody, like one of them those little yard, racially incorrect things. Gardeners, whatever you call the gatekeepers. Anyway, Bic is weird. There, wow, isn't that great? I had a new experience. Yeah, whoop-de-fucking goddamn do. Yes, that's part of the overcurrent of this. I mean, you can come up with metaphors for this, but obviously we can talk ourselves out or in. You can rationalize all kinds of bullshit to say, okay, well, somebody's got to take care of the cat, and, well, you might make a difference in the world, and blah, blah, blah. You can go through this bullshit, and then you can do just the opposite and just point out that it's 7 billion people, and we're all just little friggin' brine shrimp swimming around in a friggin' beaker going absolutely nowhere. Just blah, 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 blah. We're not accomplishing anything. We're just banging into each other, shitting in our own fucking drinking water. I mean, quite literally. And yeah, it just seems to kind of make sense to put a few drops of Clorox in there. Clorox me. Yeah, Clorox, take me away. Yeah. So yeah, you can play these games, these psych games, but let's just get real about the fact that, silly little trideisms are not going to feed, a soul that's fractured. deep loss, deep grief, deep. It's broken, you know, Mom. It's broken. That's all what it is. It breaks, and you just can't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. You can't go back to the fairy tale and find a purpose for sitting on the fucking wall. All you know is your broken egg on the ground, and this ain't no good either. And so you're stuck in between two worlds, your zombie life, and take my word for it. You know, this zombie can linger for frickin' 40 years. And you're just stuck doing it year after year after year. And, I don't know, that's a good thing. So I know there's a taboo against trying to, you know, energize people for like, yeah, do it, baby, you know, get efficient. Buy a gun and just practice. Pick up the gun, boom. Pick up the gun, boom. Pick up the gun, boom. You know, practice every day, you know, with no bullets. And then put bullets in the damn thing and you're ready. You'll be practiced. And when you just have a little bit of moment of strength, you pick it up, boom, and you're done. I mean, just to make sure you boom the right place. Or something like this, right? Because you can't be too complicated, because as soon as it's a procedure, you know, you're just going to think too much, and you're going to think about, well, who's going to do this and who's going to do that. It's like you can't arrange your life. You can't clean up your life. The society won't allow you to prepare, to be ready for your moment. And even the whole fact that I even have to have, you know, I didn't comment just because I don't comment on suicide subject usually because it's just so obnoxious. This whole fucking thing is so obnoxious that I have to actually explain to these assholes why there'd be some reason I wouldn't be too enthusiastic to play this preposterously idiotic fucking game. You know, get addicted and attached to these silly idiotic things. What keeps people living? It's crap. It's absolute crap. Been there, done that. Been there, done. Look at them. They get all excited every fucking year. They have the same event all over again. Oh, let's see who's going to win the World Series. Let's see who's going to win the World Series. Let's see who's going to win the World Series. Like, that means something. I mean, it's just like, what the fuck? I mean, you jackasses can defend this and find some reason to give anybody reason to linger 1 second longer than they need to? No. It's stupid. It's all preposterously stupid. And it's preposterously just to add to the ludicrous, to put ludicrous on top of the stupidity, to make it ludicrous stupidity. You actually have to argue about the fact that you should be able to just get up from the table and say, you people are insane. I'm out of here. You know, fuck you guys. I'm going home. Because you are assholes. You want to sit here and pick your ass, and then pick your nose, and then pick your ass, and then pick your nose. Fucking knock yourselves out, Looney Tunes. Alright, but it's no game I'm playing. I ain't anteing up to play that game. I didn't put myself in this fucking chair, and I got no obligation to stay here to satisfy your notions, your pretense that the whole thing isn't ludicrous. The whole fucking audience, this play is so fucking bad, the whole fucking audience ought to get the fuck out of their chairs and walk the fuck out. I mean, it just doesn't deserve anybody's participation in any kind of serious, happy-pappy, glorify-y, oh, it's just a journey, you're gonna die anyway. Oh, yeah, that makes it so much better. I'm going to die anyway. Oh, yes, what a great reason to live. So I can die anyway another day. Yeah, so I can spill some more guts, you know, before I cash in my guts for good. And, you know, and before the next generation gets to pick up the old gut-spilling tradition. I mean, fuck you, Looney Tunes. I mean, really, it's just obnoxiously insulting that I have to sit there and even utter the words, to have to even explain to you people why this play sucks. Preposterous. Just preposterous. So anyway, I mean, nice try, bike mixture guy, but I mean, this is just like we should all get gooey because there's fucking fungus growing in a tree. I mean, yeah, why don't you go look for Mary in dog shit? I mean, what's the difference, right? I mean, what the fuck? Electricity wants to go out on me. Really, don't do it, electricity, please. Don't do it. Don't do it, electricity. Don't do it. Exercise your free will, electricity. Don't turn out Gary's power. See, this is the kind of stupid thing human beings do. They talk to inanimate objects. They hope for preposterously stupid things. I mean, it's just so, it's like, oh, I want $1 billion. No, what you should want is not to want $1 billion. Because guess what? The only way you can have $1 billion is $1 billion worth of work has to be done by people, and you take all the fucking money, you stupid cunt. I mean, it's just so stupid on every fucking level. And the fact that people finally understand that, they actually become aware, oh, I get it, it's stupid. Oh. And you fucking goddamn almost mock them. Like, oh, well, you're just being too dark. Yeah, I mean, fuck you people. Anyway, let's see if I can ridicule Fred a little. I mean, my ridicule for Fred is that, he sits there and concedes that he's had these moments, these dark moments in his life. He's even gone to the trouble to make sure he's got his bases covered. And yet he procreated. Yet he said, I'll hatch one of these things. With this, there's some sort of optimistic hope that somehow it wasn't going to have exactly his concerns and worries, but it'd be okay if your kid had a different set of concerns and worries, if something else made him sick. I mean, fuck. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no, sorry. There's just a huge logical disconnect between how you can know that life is quite possibly preposterously ludicrous. I mean, you kind of have to know that when you contemplate suicide. You're basically conceding, it's quite possible that life is ludicrously stupid and a waste of my fucking time. I mean, you're conceding it. And yet people procreate even on top of that. They're so fucking insanely, well, once I'm back on the bicycle, it's all okay. I just had a momentary wobble. Now I'm back in the game of the nose ass picking. Yeah, well, anyway. So, there's just not much to say. I mean, having just crawled through 40 years of shit. I mean, it's really 50. I mean, it's really 45. I mean, since the first conscious moments, I knew I was in big fucking trouble. I mean, my first awareness moments were ones of, what the fuck, I mean, I was not mesmerized by the phantasmagorical sparkling beauty. I was at every turn, at every new introduction to reality, I was, what the fuck, where the fuck am I? What is this loony bin? This bug-covered, stink, slime, dirtbag, stink shithole am I in? And why the fuck am I here? What the fuck is this place? And I just never got a good answer. The answer is because there's assholes, and assholes keep putting people in this shithole. Yeah, there's just no other answer. And not for any good reason, just to satisfy some notion that this is accomplishing something. And it's just a fucking notion in their fucking heads. That's all it is. A notion. A fucking notion. I mean, that's... I don't even get the dignity of actually being here for some kind of good reason. I'm just here because of a stupid notion. Oh, fuck. So anyway, yeah. I mean, I feel your pain, and I feel the idea that you're just kind of stuck in it because there is no way. It just feels undone to leave it this way. It feels undone to sit there and just say, okay, I'm going to get the fuck out. But the game is going on. Everything that made you sick, everything that, is the vomit in your throat, everything that's got you just totally, I got to get out of here, is still there. And so it's like, it just doesn't feel right. It's like jumping off the Titanic when you know the nursery school hasn't been evacuated. I mean, you know, the job isn't done somehow. There's something you got to do before you jump off the boat. And that's sort of what's kept me here, but it's nothing else. Nothing else but it's just obligations, attachments, an inability to clean my house sufficiently to say, okay, I can kill myself now because this isn't too big a mess for somebody to clean up. Stupid things like that. But they are stupid. And it's you know, and it doesn't really matter. You know, that's the other part of this, because the point is that, you know, there's pluses and minuses. There's people who, there's serial killers. If we could talk a serial killer into killing himself, that would kick ass, right? Like some guy who's going to rape and murder a 13-year-old girl tomorrow or a week from now, if we could talk him into killing himself tonight, big fucking win. And then there'll be the other side. You know, people will give the courage, you know, to cross the line. And yeah, if they would have hung in 10 more years, they would have been of some value. You know, they would have been able to help somebody else and do something good. So we're sort of stuck in that kind of thing, you know, because you can't even measure it either, which is really just another big, fat, annoying shitness of life, is that we don't get to know. You know, it'd make it so much easier if we could just know, oh, okay, there's no future in my existence, so we can just close that book. Oh, good, let's get it over with then. Because, yeah, it's hard to measure. It's impossible to measure. I mean, I think about even my impact on YouTube. So here's one little piece of my existence, just one little piece of it. Gary's YouTube videos. Now, what if Gary never showed up on YouTube? I mean, it'd be so cool to be able to see exactly what YouTube would look like right now if I never showed up. You know, if I didn't happen, what would it be? You know, would it be better? Would it be worse? I mean, clearly there'd be people feeling a lot better because I'm not there. They would have had a much more rewarding experience doing their videos. And there would have been a whole different kind of conflict. The war would have been different people fighting in the war. I mean, it is just bizarre. But you don't know whether it's a net gain or a net minus. So, yeah, that sucks. Yeah. But you don't know that in every single interaction in life. And that's what makes life so ludicrous. And people are just talking this up like it's some kind of great thing. And you have no fucking idea what you're in for and what you're imposing on somebody else. I mean, you fall in love with somebody, you get them to fall in love with you, you marry them. Well, they could have been incredibly, you know, and then you end up being kind of, well, who the fuck cares? And, you know, you get too comfortable and you get to take it for granted. And if you weren't in the way, that person would have married somebody else who would have really cherished them, and they would have had a great life together, and they would have made each other stronger. And all you did was make the other person weaker because you're a selfish asshole or whatever the thing is. And you don't get to know these things. But that's the reality of our existence. It's just littered with all this slop and imperfection, and everybody just keeps talking like we just keep marching through the slop as if we're actually going somewhere. And all we can just look back, you can just look into history, and you can see, project into the future, and there's no other game here. It's going to be Shakespeare plays forever. All it is pointless drama. It's pointless want, chase, you know, wheel, deal, stab in the back, you know. It's all crass crap. And it's all crap, we crap. And then we just spend time having to clean up the crap we crap. Yeah. It's crappy, crapping. Anyway, so that's enough of a video, just a rant. There's nothing else to do, right? There's just absolutely nothing. There's nothing, unless I really had something, some cure for awareness, some cure for, I guess there is a cure. You could just drink a lot of lead paint and just hope you can wipe out as many brain cells as possible. And, then you'll buy the bullshit. Oh, there's moth in the tree. Oh, look at the little footprints in the mud. No, please, please, no, no. I mean, really, it just reduces to some sort of Teletubby bullshit. Life is a journey, not a destination. I bet that's one of Fred's. There's some good metaphors. There's no good metaphors for life. They're trite, trivial, silly, nonsensical, putrid bullshit. They're fucking goddamn propaganda all over the place. What's the fucking metaphor for life except for, like, mechanical shit? What's the metaphor? Exploding lollipops? What? There's no metaphor for this fucking rude to fucking value bullshit. This completely preposterous wasting of... yes, it's like a gas pump with 4,000 holes in the hose. That's what life is. Oh yeah, fill her up. Yeah. Yeah. You know. Fuck. The only accurate analogies or metaphors would have to include something preposterously wasteful. It's something grotesquely rude and obnoxious to anything rational, sensible, to any kind of notion of love and beauty. Those concepts are completely disgraced by this debauchery that we call fucking life. This stupid, grotesque nonsense that goes on, the deformities and the brutality, grotesque, obscene brutality. And you have a metaphor for that? Sorry. Yeah, no, fuck the optimists. It's not even optimism. It's just delusionary rainbow sickness. Yeah, that's whatever. Okay, yeah, I've said all I need to say. So yeah, I wish I could offer some comfort, but I can't. I wish I could offer some advice, but I can't. So yeah, instead I just ranted. Yeah, that's what I did. So until next time.